Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Sea Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Sea Man's Cinema Sit Down. Oh, I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this show for so long. It's finally here. I've got my Obi Wan robe on. I am so jacked, but there is only one person in the world that is more jacked than I. You want to know who that is? What we're talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We're getting ready to watch episode 1 of Obi Wan Kenobi. And joining me literally is the only person I know that is more excited than myself, and that is my friend Brittany. She is the biggest Star Wars fan I know. She reads the books. She just came from Star Wars land in Disney, like literally off the plane, right, to watch Obi-Wan. I'm telling you, she's hardcore. Britt, what's going on?
Hello. Very, very excited. I will say, like, I got a tattoo, like an Obi-Wan tattoo, like 5 years ago, and ever since I'm like, this is my plea to get an Obi-Wan show, and it's finally here, and I cannot wait.
Me and Britt talk about this all the time, like, and it's one of these things we've seen with Ewan and Hayden when they've been like, on press. We watched it today during celebration when they were talking, like, they didn't really get to get the fan reaction that you get to movies like this till like
Yeah,
20 years later when all us little kids had grown up. And like, as much as we love the originals, this prequel series was our Star Wars. So seeing Ewan and Hayden in particular coming back, Hayden said the word Vader today during celebration. Oh man, the excitement is legit. So let's not waste any more time.
chills.
We are gonna I know, right? They're like already starting to get them. We are gonna watch this bad boy down. You'll see our reactions. We'll talk about it after the episode. All right, Britt, you ready? 3, 2,
Yep.
1, go. Oh, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it's so pretty looking already.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the force.
Oh, wow, we're going all the way back. I love
I
that.
believe it's this boy.
Ooh,
Anakin Skywalker, meet Obi
just
Wan
looks
Kenobi.
gorgeous.
I love that they're already building the fact that this show is like gonna be about the two of them.
Yeah, 100%. And I started reading. I started reading the book that just came out, Brotherhood,
That's
and
right.
about Obi-Wan and Anakin. I haven't finished it yet, but like, yeah, it right before I believe Clone Wars, like Anakin had just become a master, and it's just their dynamic. It's stuff that we just didn't get to see a ton of, and it's amazing.
I
Absolutely
did not
amazing.
think they would start with like a like recap, but like
A full
building
prequel
that
recap.
relationship, I think is so cool right out the gate. Oh man, all right, I'm gonna call it now. I don't think we get Hayden until episode 2. I think I think this first episode is gonna be heavily Obi-Wan centric, and then I think
Yeah,
they got to win by pushing it back a week and giving us 2 episodes. So I bet we don't see any Hayden at all till the end of the second one. That's my guess. What do I know?
I would assume like maybe we see or hear him probably at the end of the first episode, right into the second.
Oh,
But
I like that. Oh man, it's so strange to see Natalie Portman as Padme when I've been watching her as Mighty Thor for like the last week on
oh
it.
my, I got so much shit in Disney because I'm such a prequel apologist. Like I bought Disney ears that were specifically like the Padme
So,
lake dress. I had a Naboo backpack. I had like a Padme, like a Queen Padme or Queen Amidala like keychain on it, and I was like ready to go, completely decked out for prequel stuff. And I got so much shit for it. I was like, what are you gonna do? I love it.
you gotta love how jacked she is right now for Thor as a fellow
Yeah,
weightlifting enthusiast. Like
it's
she looks great.
yeah. I remember when we talked about like the when the videos were leaked or when the images leaked, and you just see how like jacked she is, and people were actively shocked. Like, how could she be that muscular? And it's like every other like male counterpart gets jacked for these
Right?
roles. Why can't she? I'm excited for that movie though.
I'm so pumped for her. Like, I think she's gonna kick so much ass.
Yeah, it's like a little redemption tour, right? Because like the first couple of movies she was in with Thor, they weren't great. Obviously, Dark World was not that great. It's relevant now, and the same thing with these prequels. so many older adults when they came out hated these prequels, and she was part of the the big three.
Oh yeah.
And it's getting so much love now. Obviously, like, we know what happens to her, so she's not coming back. But it's nice to see that. It's nice to see that like people are appreciative of it now and like giving it its due.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, like, she was out because they weren't really utilizing her for anything in those movies. And like, how do you get back in? Oh yeah, we're gonna give you the Mighty Thor storyline. It's so crazy that Joel Edgerton is like a real actor now.
I know. I was listening to one pod, and they were like, how lucky they got that Joel Edgerton, like, to bring him back and to bring the actress back to play Brea, but like the fact that he got so big and like people love him in general now.
I'm so excited.
Yep. All right, we're there.
Oh, we're shooting.
Oh, not the younglings already? No.
Are we gonna?
Oh, we're seeing how some survive. What about all the youngling memes now? Are these irrelevant?
Deborah Chow is already crushing this.
This is amazing.
Oh no, those kids, they had no idea.
What do we do now? We run.
Oh, is that supposed to be Riva?
Maybe.
Is she from books or anything, or is she new for this show?
Riva, not from what I remember. In book, I haven't read a lot of the Dark Side books that have come out. So she hasn't come across my purview, but she could be mentioned.
Yeah, I feel like there's buzz for Riva. I don't know where it's coming from.
She might, like, the inquisitorial staff could be mentioned in passing. They're really good about like pulling in the nuggets of like, we mentioned this one time.
That's why I love Dave Filoni.
You know who we are.
Inquisitors.
You know what we do?
You hunt Jedi.
In actuality, I would say the Jedi hunt themselves. His compassion has been his undoing.
There.
You'll never find us all.
You are reckless. He is not yours to find. We are past this, third sister. I will not warn you again. You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
Yes.
It's also mind-blowing that that's Rupert Fried.
Yeah. I saw him on the red carpet, and I was like,
when he sat down
forget what he looks like.
Celebration today, I was like, oh yeah, that's the Grand Inquisitor. That's wild.
Yeah. Like they had they had his name and they had below what he was playing in the show. And I was like, I would have never put two and two together.
Never.
Completely would have forgotten. I was like afraid to breathe when they were like just now at the saloon.
Oh, I know.
Like, what's gonna happen? They're so ruthless.
That's what you want, though, right? Like, you want to be like on the edge of like, what's gonna happen to who? Is that him?
There he is.
Obi. Look at him just being a normal guy.
Oh, he looks so good.
Butcher Obi Wan. It's the beginning of the multiverse.
It's only half.
Please, I have a family.
One more word, I take it all. Something you want to say?
Even him just like gritting his teeth there, where it's like, I want to punch you so bad.
Yeah.
So good.
I was wondering how much of the trailers we were going to get in this first episode. I figured they weren't going to give as, because the trailers, I mean, they revealed quite a bit, but I couldn't imagine that they would give up a lot from the later episodes.
That's the general hope anytime you get anything these days. Visual effects stuff they can do now is just nuts.
It's crazy.
Especially when you know it's like an LED screen behind him now.
You're late. Do you have it? I'll give you 50. Yes, I had some parts stolen. I need a new processor board. Tika, if you're going to steal my parts and then sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first, as a courtesy?
I love how much play Jawas get in these shows.
Yeah. And I love how playful they are. Like,
always. But they're devious little bastards.
Yeah. I just love it. I love them so much.
A Jedi. Well, don't count on it. I've heard the Jedi are all but extinct.
Promise me you will train the boy.
Obi Wan.
Only pain will you find.
There's a good name. I know this.
You know, when you cut it up like that, it's really dark.
Yeah. Yeah. They're about to rewrite how we see, I mean, we knew this already, how we see the prequels, because they started to do that in Clone Wars, but this is going to completely turn it on its head.
Absolutely.
Master Qui-Gon. Master.
"10 years later and still tortured." Ooh.
Yeah, right. It's like scars that burn deep. Oh, little baby Luke.
I thought I saw you in town, but I wasn't sure. I didn't think you'd survived.
You're making some kind of mistake.
I'm sorry, my name is Nari. There's no mistake.
This guy's trying to sell him out for his life.
You have no idea what I've been through.
Don't do it, Obi Wan.
You must leave.
They're hunting me. You have to help me.
You want my help? Take this. Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground.
What about the fight?
The fight is done. We lost.
You were once a great Jedi.
The time of the Jedi is over.
Huh. Guess he was just really on the run.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't expect
Young
that.
Leia.
Wow. I didn't even think like
Some
shit,
Alderaan
where the world
action.
is. Oh, that's such a cool little surprise.
Yeah. Oh, and it's such a shift, right? From Tatooine to Alderaan. Like,
It's a really good contrast point.
She insisted you would find it amusing, Your Highness.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little nod to Amidala too.
She's either in the cellar, in the kitchen, or in the woods.
Oh, bait and switch. Oh, I love that.
that's what Padme was famous for. Well, you know, she came up with the idea of the handmaidens to be able to take her place.
Dave Filoni's just doing the Lord's work out here.
It's incredible. I was not expecting.
No.
I was not expecting this.
Pleasure barge, boring. Casino ship, not bad. Ooh, a tri-wing. That's a new one. Ooh, an Aquilian Ranger. Probably scouting for Mersan pirates.
You'll have to change in the speeder. Come.
It's not like anyone would miss me if I wasn't there.
I'd miss you.
All I ever do is wave.
Then do more than wait. You gotta
That's the same actress, right?
I think so.
With Brea?
Yeah.
Or no?
If
Yeah.
not, they found a wonderful double.
It's like living in a prison.
In a prison.
I know. I think I called. I was talking about Owen, and I said Brea before, and I went for Ruth, so it's manifesting.
It's okay. It's 3:00 in the morning. My brain never works this early. They dropped that gore trailer out of nowhere, and I like posted it because it was late. I wrote gore like horror gore, not GORR, GORE. I woke up in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
No, I hope we get this little back and forth.
I want you to stay away from him. We don't need anything from you, Ben.
It's just a toy.
It's a lot more than that.
There's more to life than your farm, Owen. He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you to leave us alone, Ben. I mean it.
Is he okay?
You don't care if he's okay. You care if he's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen.
Well, I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father? Anakin is dead, Ben. And I won't let you make the same mistake twice.
I love like the immediate shift when an Inquisitor shows up on screen.
I mean, seeing them in live action and just the power they hold.
There's a Jedi.
That's so cool.
You will be rewarded well.
Or you'll be punished.
River!
Hands go first. That way, when you reach for anything, you think of us. You have no rights here. We're not under the Empire.
Oh! And there goes a hand.
It's information. If anyone knows anything about a Jedi, you know something?
My family's of no concern to you.
It might be. You got a Jedi on that farm too?
No.
Why should I believe you?
I have no love for the Jedi. Jedi are vermin. I kill vermin on my farm.
You protect your family. It's important. You think you could protect them from me? Tell me
He's
where the
such a badass.
Jedi is, or this man and his family die!
I'm like legitimately scared.
But you can save this man. Save his family.
No! If you remember anything, rewards will be given. Stand down, third sister.
I was hearing like in some spots, like people were worried they were gonna like end up swinging her good. I don't see that right
There's
now.
no way.
She is
There's no way.
brutal. I love that.
What is it you think you will gain by capturing him?
When I'm old.
Is he the same species as that little girl? The last
That's what I thought. That's what I
See,
thought initially.
balance and duality all over the place.
Yeah.
Thank you, Owen.
Didn't do it for you.
This is television.
This is oh, beautiful.
If TV can look like this, why would you ever make a movie?
Right on time as always.
Jimmy!
Trade ship and an Aquilian Ranger.
Probably
Oh, I love that he keeps coming back.
What I
You can tell he lives for this shit too.
I love it. I honestly like knowing that you see young Luke and like what this show is about. Never would have thought they would have shown the opposite of like what is Leia going through. There's
Or
so many
this
books
much.
about it, but yeah, this is.
Oh, thanks, Yo.
My pleasure.
You think you're droids?
It's good manners.
You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I don't need manners when I'm talking to you.
Love it.
You know the difference between you and me, cousin? I know things. You're not even a real Organa.
You're scared of him. Your father. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what it means. You think being like him will make people frightened of you, but really, you're the one who's scared. I may not have seen much, cousin, but I can see that.
This little girl's badass.
Seriously.
He's being horrible to everyone.
He's your cousin.
He's rude to droids.
You have to rise above Leia. You owe him an apology.
I'd rather be digested by a Jacko beast.
This is your future, Leia. In a few years, you'll be off to university, then junior Senate.
The Senate's boring. It's people in itchy clothes arguing.
Well, it may seem so.
I don't want to be a senator.
Which is why you'll probably be one of the best.
Not even a real Organa.
Don't ever say that. You are a child. You are an Organa in every way. One day this planet will look to you, Leia. There are many ways to lead. You just have to find yours. Plus, imagine the look on your cousin's face when you get to boss him around for real.
Oh no.
Why are you here?
Just waiting
For what?
for you.
This little girl's a badass though.
Always.
That is Fleet, right?
Yeah, that's
He's getting
yes.
old.
Yes.
I cannot believe how much Leia we've got. We've gotten more Leia than we've gotten Obi Wan in this show, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
We don't know who it was. No ransom, no leads.
She needs you, Obi Wan.
Sorry to get Obi Wan out of retirement.
Yeah.
Can't leave here, Bale. My duty is to the boy.
What about your duty to his sister? She's as important as he is.
It's been 10 years. I'm not who I used to be. Find someone else. She'll be better off.
He's already old man Ben. don't want this monotony, Obi-Wan. Find an adventure. Oh no.
The Jedi?
Gotta be.
Yeah.
She's headed for Dayu.
You should not have come.
She's my daughter, Obi-Wan.
I told you, I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be. You've made mistakes. We all did. It's the past. Move on. Be done with it. You couldn't save Anakin, but you can save her. Please. Old friend. For her. One last fight.
People asked, what would get Obi-Wan off Tatooine?
Right?
I guess it would be Leia.
I tell you, a moment like that though is why Clone Wars is so important. Like that relationship and like one more battle. Like just the amount of stuff that all these characters went through that we got in between the movies is so critical for like little moments like that.
Yeah, I read the Ahsoka book, reread the Ahsoka book a couple weeks ago. And Bale kind of alludes to Obi-Wan in that, you know, like he has somebody he can call, but he doesn't like to call him. Like they have to keep them separate. So you could tell that they were obviously very close.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh shit.
Time to dig up that lightsaber. Love that. Is that his and Anakin's?
Well, you coming or not?
Let's go. I'm so glad we get 2 episodes today.
Yeah, this was like, I also think it's hilarious that like the third sister would say, okay, kidnap Bale's daughter because they fought, so that's how we're gonna get it. But she doesn't know who she actually grabbed, which is wild.
Yeah.
Wild. That was
We're 1 episode in. What are you thinking?
That was such a good, there was a ton of action right at the beginning. And I will say, given everything that's happened the last couple of days in Texas, that first scene was very, very tough.
Yeah.
I get why they needed it, especially what happened in the prequels. That was very tough. But the amount of action and already setting up for people who don't know who the Inquisitors are, like for people who just love the movies, showing that they're ruthless and making those connections, chills, absolute chills. And then all of the Leia or like the Bale stuff, and amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like I said, I love that we get 2 episodes today because like they came out the gate real fast, but then they, you know, Chow found that zone where you kind of just settle in and like take the time, because you have the time to build the foundation you need to set up all the things that are going to make this show work. Like it felt earned by the time you get to the end and you find out, oh, why is Obi-Wan going to leave Tatooine? To save Leia.
Yeah.
And like putting, like you said, genius. I never thought showing the other side, because you're with Obi-Wan Obi-Wan's with Luke. Like, you're not thinking about
Yeah.
the relationships that, you know, he has to Leia and Bail, and to give us not even like equal shares, just to be like, yeah, we know about Luke. You know who didn't get her fair shake at the beginning? Leia. So we're gonna give you all this time with little Leia and like see her. Where they find these little kid actors, man. I like that. Like,
they're so. I mean, we got what, 5 seconds of little Luke through his goggles, and then all of a sudden you're getting this little girl who plays little Leia, who they're already writing her to be this like great culmination of like the smarts of Padme, the adventure of Anakin, and like the smartass of them both, for lack of better words, because that's what they are. And then you really get to start to you see the relationship between her and Bail, which is only going to make what happens in A New Hope even worse, right? Because you start to see just, you know, why, what she's lost even more, which is what the books, because there's been a handful of books with Padme, and then there was one with Leia, and just what she went through, and just seeing it's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like I think like what you're saying with the Inquisitors, right? Like the tonal shift Chow brings into the episode anytime they're on screen, or even when you're looking at like Flea and his group who were like off kilter.
Yeah.
You know, slight change in the score because they're not the Inquisitors, but you feel that like just absolute terror and dourness when they come in. And I love
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I love how brutal and ruthless Riva is, right? Like, starting with the slow burn, and then that lady just like barely mouths off, and it's like, you have no more hand.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that you need to, like you said, like, you know, I've gotten to spend some time with the Inquisitors because of the video games. Obviously, like, you know, the Star Wars lore, you know, but if you are just a movie fan, or even just like a light, you know, television fan, you don't understand like how terrifying this group is, and they made sure you felt that right out the gate, which is makes me
yeah. You may not know them, but you know that you have to be anxious as soon as they step on the screen, which is something that like Vader always had the power of, because you get A New Hope, you don't know his backstory, you don't know anything about him, but you see him, you hear the John Williams score, and you know, okay, I have to get like pulse, I have to get nervous. And they're doing that with the Inquisitors and showing the Jedi at the end, and like they're not pulling punches, and it's a Disney Plus show. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna watch. They may water it down, but it doesn't seem like it's going that way.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about this the other day too. Like, Feige opting to start shifting Marvel and carving out a darker corner, like coming into this show is like, it's almost perfect timing, because it's the same, they're under the same roof. So like, if Marvel can get a little bit darker, we can play around in some of these darker areas of you know, Star Wars.
Yeah,
you can understand how, right? Like, we always talk about Vader. You've heard how scary he is. You don't see it ever until Rogue One, and obviously at the end of Revenge of the Sith, right? Like, we see it in Anakin, but we never see it with Vader. And like you said, like, we're used to these guys always being on screen.
Yeah,
Guys who can't hit anything. Oh, they're just there so that the Jedi can, and the good
there's
guys.
a joke. Yeah,
that's not the vibe with these guys. Like, you are legit, you know, like on edge. You know, like you can even feel Obi-Wan being scared. Like when he thanks Owen at the end, he's like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
like you can tell he's nervous, especially because he doesn't have his lightsaber with him.
Yeah, seeing this post Revenge of the Sith Empire, how ruthless it really is, and like you see it in Rebels and things like that, but like live action, how terrifying it is to live in a society like that. Like, and you know, Tatooine's on the outer rim, so they're not getting the brunt of it, but you see how it trickles in. And Alderaan too, you have Bail, who's like playing nice in the Senate, but like it's still looming. So we're gonna, see. I'm hoping cities now where like the Empire has a very big presence, and I think we're going to, because if we can set up how terrifying they are and see that throughout the course of the show, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, because that's the other thing, right? Like when we're ever around are lots of these guys and a couple people who are actually scary, and it's like to understand like the Empire is the Empire because they dominated everything. So to kind of be laying that, we're like, oh, I get why people are scared. It's not just one dude you're scared of. Like that stuff works so well. And like Deborah Chow I wanted to go back and rewatch her episode of Mando before this, but like you can already tell that like in her interview during Celebration, she was talking about how like even just going from that season of Mando to this, the upgrade in technology, and you can see that playing to her hand already, just the upgrade in the directorness and like what she's doing behind the camera and the tone that she's setting. Like it's absolutely exactly what I wanted for this show. And I'm very happy one part in, and I'm very glad that they pushed it a week so that we could get 2, because that was not enough.
No. And I'm, 6 is it's never going to be enough.
No. All right. Last thoughts on the first episode before we jump into episode 2.
It was surprising. Was not expecting all of Leia. I didn't know what to expect coming in as my favorite character from Obi Wan, and what they were going to get him to do to get off Tatooine. But I'm loving the parallels, and I'm loving that it's Leia that they're the driving force to set this in motion. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, I love the tone. I love that like you're already kind of seeing how bad like Obi-Wan's got the itch. He wants to get back out there, and you just needed that thing that could tip him into getting back involved in some way. And Leia is the perfect in route that I literally never would have thought of once. Like you could have thrown all the theories you want about Obi Wan Kenobi. Leia's name would have never crossed my lips. And right out the gate, episode 1, like that's just great stuff.
They kept it under wraps so well, and I love it. And like it's a hard line of like read everything about it versus I don't want to know. There's certain things I'm okay with spoilers on. This is not one of them. So like didn't want to know anything, and that was worth it. That was worth avoiding everything.
Can you imagine? Like I don't want to think about it, but like can you imagine what that Celebration crowd pop must have been like when they shifted and you saw them like starting to put her into all her gear? Like, people must have gone absolutely to be there. Like I remember being there, and it was I think the Force Awakens. No, was it the Force Awakens trailer? One of the sequel trailers, and like people went crazy. So like, and we know how the sequels panned out, but to this, it had to have been like monumental. All I'm gonna say, last thing I'll say, is 3 seasons of television with Dave Filoni as chief creative officer, and we've gotten Luke during the period of time that we've never seen him twice, and now we're getting like all this Leia stuff. I'm telling you, this guy is gonna tell their stories complete in live action. It's gonna happen.
I can't wait. We know that he is the savior, that he is the man to do this, and he's doing it so well. And we're 1 episode in, and Deborah Chow, and like really working with Ewan and coming back, and like the next couple of weeks are going to be incredible.
It's one of those things where like you watch, like you said, the mess of the sequel trilogy, where you don't feel that connective tissue, where like, you always talk about, oh, Marvel, they got Kevin Feige over there. Everything feels like there's somebody that's overseeing it. All of these Star Wars shows feel the way those Marvel movies do, because there are 2 people that are just looking over everything going, yeah, right, we're doing all the right stuff. Everyone's doing what they got to do. Like, oh, it makes me so excited. All right. You ready for this episode 2?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm editing, obviously, my spoiler Star Wars content with my friend Britt, and realized that because we watched the episodes back to back, I had no wrap up at the end of the first episode, nor did I have a start for the second episode. So, hey, it's C-Man. I'm here. Me and Britt obviously said everything that we got to say, so we want to know what you guys are thinking about episode 1. What things were popping for you? What did you really take away from episode 1? How excited did episode 1 make you to get into episode 2? Did you think it was a good start? Were there things that you thought were missing that you would have liked to have seen? Would you maybe have preferred to have seen Hayden Christensen a little earlier than we end up seeing him, which of course, spoilers, is at the end of episode 2. But anything that you guys are thinking, man, good, bad, indifferent, if it's about Obi-Wan, spoiler filled, go at it, folks, down below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you guys down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me and Britt a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with C-Man anytime. We're talking movies, TV, trailer reactions. You want to be here for all of mine and Britt's watch-alongs. Hopefully her brother's going to be able to tag in on a couple of these, but you want to be here for all of our Obi-Wan coverage. You're digging what the C-Man's doing. You want to show a little love and support. Hey, jump over there, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down. I don't know what that was, but I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace. Oh, hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C-Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.